How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we're going to talk about why the market is down, why the crypto market's down specifically, but also the stock market. Why we do actually have some positive news here this morning, even though the market's still down, there was some positive news, and we're going to look at what we have to watch for over the coming weeks. We also have some updates in the crypto space, and I'm going to tell you what I am doing in the market right now. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I really appreciate that. Last night I made a short update why the market was down last night, and that was a very quick update. If you guys want more of those in the future, definitely hit that bell notification so you know right when I post a video. There's also a link underneath the video to BlockFi to start buying and selling cryptocurrency. One of my favorite things on BlockFi is their new credit card that they came out with last year, where you can actually get paid back in Bitcoin. So they're also giving a $75 bonus when you use it for the first time using the link underneath the video. There's also one other thing to check out underneath the video, which is Unstoppable Domains, where you can get a readable wallet address. They work on Polygon, so there are no claiming fees, and you can start with as little as $5. So definitely check this out underneath the video. You can also resell these on the secondary market, which some people have made a significant amount of money for. So the crypto market is down, right? We have a lot of cryptos down 4, 5, 10% today. When we look at Bitcoin, it bounced off of $40,000 and has stayed above 40,000. So fell down, came back up. And if we look at the 7-day, don't forget we were below this, significantly below this just a few days ago at the beginning of the week, right? If we look at the 14-day, we are all the way down at 34,000. So this isn't that far down compared to where we've been, and we've actually shown a lot of strength compared to the overall market. And the reason that we're seeing this today, and the reason that we're seeing some weakness in the stock market as well, is because of what's happening in the Ukraine. So we had the UN talk about how they narrowly averted a nuclear catastrophe last night. So in Ukraine last night, Russians took over their largest power plant, which is a nuclear plant, and a lot of people saw, well, not a lot of people, but it was broadcast that they saw smoke coming from the plant. So when this happened, there was a lot of fear that there could be a nuclear catastrophe because of the fact that a lot of the different parts of the nuclear facility need to be backed up by diesel generators and fuel. And a lot of people think that now the people that are working there, the nuclear operators, are doing their jobs under extreme duress. So they think that they're actually being held up like at gunpoint to do their jobs. I mean, think about like Breaking Bad, right? At the end of the series, if you've watched that. Now, this is a horrible thing. So the markets got fearful. They got fearful over what's happening in Ukraine. They got fearful that it could get worse. You know, a lot of people are wondering what Putin actually wants to do with that nuclear facility. Now, one piece of good news that came out this morning, and the market always prices this stuff in, but sometimes it gets overshadowed by the bad news, is that the payrolls rose by 700,000 as unemployment rate fell to about 3.8%. So this was much higher than what was expected. So 678,000 versus 423 expected. And they actually revised last month. So the other thing that a lot of people were excited about was the average hourly earnings actually didn't increase. So the fact that it didn't increase, a lot of people would think that that's a bad thing because it shows that, people aren't getting paid as much. But a lot of investors right now are worried about what's known as the wage price spiral. So this is where people want more income. They want higher salaries because of the fact that inflation's rising. And because they pay out higher salaries, they also have to charge more for their products and services. So then people demand even more money to pay for that extra inflation, and you just go back and forth with more and more inflation. They also revised last month saying that the raises weren't as high as they had previously discussed, the average hourly earnings increases. So a lot of people pretty excited about this jobs report. Now, in a few weeks, we have the Fed's rate decision. A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen out of that. Assuming we get a 1/4 point raise, I think the markets will be very excited. Assuming we get a 1/2 point raise, a lot of people haven't really priced that in recently with the new Ukraine conflict, and that would cause some fear in the market and cause the market to dip for sure. Now, I should be careful about saying for sure, but it's very obvious right now that we're pricing in a 1/4 point raise for crypto and for stocks. Now, with that in mind, I think that it is important to note that there's still a lot of uncertainty in Ukraine and Russia right now. There's still a 40-mile long convoy going into Kiev, and a lot of people are worried about what happens out of that. Now, that is going to be something that we're just going to have to pay attention to probably every day, because that is what's really driving a lot of the fear in the market right now. And we do have some news outside of that. So some positive news: Shake Shack tests Bitcoin reward to lure younger consumers. So customers will receive 15% of their purchase back in the form of Bitcoin on any Shake Shack purchase with the Cash Card, a debit card available to Cash App users. So they're trying to test this out to reach younger customers, which is the demographic of the Cash App. And they said that they didn't see demand from consumers to pay with cryptocurrencies. So instead, they're changing this around and they're actually giving rewards in cryptocurrency for coming over. Now, this is a pretty significant amount, 15% cash back. Imagine you could get that with your credit card or something like that. That's really significant. So I think they probably will see a lot of people go there. A lot of people don't want to spend their cryptocurrency, right? They buy it because they think of it as an investment. So they don't want to go buy a burger and fries with it. But if they get paid in cryptocurrency by buying those burgers and fries, I think this will be really good marketing for Shake Shack. Now, I could always be wrong, but if you account for the price of Bitcoin right now at about 40,000, that means that if Bitcoin were to get up to 266,000, pretty much all the money that you spent at Shake Shack would be free. So that's pretty interesting. Also, we got news of the Sandbox, which hit 2 million users and begins a K-pop partnership. So they surpassed 2 million users amid its Play to Earn Season 2 launch. On Thursday, any user is able to freely explore 35 different virtual experiences, including sneak peeks of the Snoopverse in the partnership with popular rapper and newfound NFT proponent Snoop Dogg. A lot more people coming in to Sandbox, just showing that, hey, the metaverse is growing. Now, some people think it's overvalued, but this hasn't really seemed to impact the price yet, with Sand being down 5% over the last 24 hours, most likely just because of the overall market sell-off. But their NFTs have also fallen, and they're worth about $8,100 at the time of writing. Now, what am I doing in the market? Well, I think this is a great time to dollar cost average. It sounds boring, but take a look at these charts. So if you were to put in $100 weekly over the last 3 years into Bitcoin, you would have invested about $15,700, and you would have about $73,000 Now, that's great, right? That was over the last 3 years. We know prices have gone up, but if we look at even the last 1 year, you invest $5,300, you'd have about $6,200. Let's look at Ethereum, right? If you put in $100 weekly for the last 2 years into Ethereum, you would have spent about, you have spent about $10,500, and you would have $56,000. Now, if you look a year ago, we're not exactly up a ton, but you would still have a 5% increase if you just DCA'd every single week, right? You would have put in $5,300, but you would have about $5,600. So still, I think DCAing is one of the best things you can do, and I'm consistently doing that. Just have a couple buy orders to buy in twice a week over on my app. So I think this is a great thing to do, but let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Do you wait for specific levels? I buy the dip, so when we fall to certain levels, I also buy heavier as we fall further, but I do have weekly buys set. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the links underneath the video to BlockFi, because it is a great place to start buying and selling crypto, and they give you up to $250 when you start depositing, and Unstoppable Domains, where you can get an NFT domain. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.